Hey guys, how are you today? So yes, I am going for a 21 or 22 minute commentary. I realize that is freaking ridiculous. So yeah, just hopefully you guys will stay with me the whole entire time. So this was a British versus a Portuguese. I am British. I'm a little bit out of practice, so I can't say I was amazing or anything like that. And I'd like to mention that my video, I'm doing this a little bit different than what I normally do. Normally I save my video, watch it on VLC Media Player, and record my audio. And what I'm doing is I'm going straight from my video software recording thingamabob, so hopefully it doesn't lag or anything. If it does lag just a little bit, I'm sorry guys. But hopefully the commentary will be exactly lined up with the actual video. That would be fantastic. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing a normal British start, and what I did was I realized that I already messed up at the very beginning. So yeah, this isn't a perfect game whatsoever, but I thought it was a super interesting and fun game, and that's why I'm actually going to upload it and show you guys and commentate the entire thing. I'm going to tell you guys what was going through my mind. I did make some mistakes, obviously. Everybody makes mistakes. Sometimes they're not detrimental, sometimes it's just like, oh, that was just a stupid mistake. And I did make a few of them, so please don't be mad at me. I know I made my mistakes. And my first mistake was, oh, I just realized, oh, I should get some more extra wood. I should have been farming or getting more wood earlier in the game, but I just realized, oh, I just need at least a market or at least one more house. So I'm also searching around with my villagers, so I'm going to be kind of a little bit slow on this game, but I needed at least one herd for my strategy, which I was going to try and defend a little bit, but then it ended up not working as well as I thought it was going to. He kind of went for a fast fortress, which is kind of normal for a Portuguese, but it was actually really, really weird and confusing, and I don't actually know what he was planning, but we just kind of discombobulated both of our strategies, I think, because we both weren't expecting the other person to do what they did. He was not expecting me to kind of rush him, and I was not expecting him to really town center kind of in the middle of the map like he did, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just picking my cards. It's just like normal. I got the market upgrade for the food. Just the first upgrade for the food for the market, and that's 50 coin and 50 wood, and that helps out quite a bit. Here I'm just doing a little bit of fast reload gathering and getting some more extra herds in here. So yeah, I'm going to be a little bit slow, I realize that. Got my 16 bills all set up, but I'm not going to get enough food in time. And here I spot his explorer, and he does not want to fight me, so he's just going to run away. And I was thinking about, oh, he's probably just going to try and steal this treasure, but he did not try and run back to his base. He went and actually went the other way, so I was a little bit confused on where his explorer actually went. So you guys will see what happens in just a second. I actually find his explorer, and I'm able to kill it, or at least hurt it and damage it pretty bad. I realized those gazelle up there really are not a big help to me whatsoever, but I figured I should at least try and herd them, and I realized, oh, he's building an outpost, or a trading post. So when you're building a trading post, why not just go and attack his explorer and see how much damage you can do? You could siege his trading post, but it's really not worth it. Unless you catch him right from the beginning or something like that. I just think you're better off just trying to kill his explorer. And I'm aging up right now, and I'm like, okay, you gotta get quite a bit of wood. That's how you do it for the British. You gotta get as much wood as possible in age 2. But also you want to get your market upgrade for the wood. So that costs 100 food, so you do have to save up a little bit of extra food more than just your aging. And if you go with like 17 villagers instead of 16 like I did, you could probably afford that before you actually start aging, so you can just get wood right from the get-go. And that definitely does help out a lot if you get your market early like I did. And right now I'm just trying to herd a little bit. I want to get those guys as close to my town center as possible, and I realized, oh, okay, he aged up really freaking fast. So a lot faster than me. I went 16 villagers age, and he still beat me up in age, so he was going to probably rush me. So I'm like, okay, I better at least get a house up here and get a barracks up here and get a good defense going so he cannot completely take the entire map, because if you let Portuguese take the entire map and you're British, you're screwed. Okay, you need, as British, you need to take some of the map, at least a little bit. So he's got a pretty good herd here. I'm just going to siege his town center a little bit. At least that was the plan. I think he stopped me a little bit, which, you know, obviously sucks, but it's going to happen. And I get just enough wood just in time, so that was perfect. And then I'm going to build my barracks and try and rush him just a little bit, because this town center is like right there. If I can siege just a little bit, I'll be able to take it out quite a bit. And then here is where I was like, ooh, this is a really good idea, guys. Most people don't actually know about this or even try to do this. If you build the outpost before the town center is actually done building, you can build it. But if the town center finishes building already, then you cannot put the outpost there. So I put the outpost, I probably should have put it behind his town center, but I just wanted to get it up as fast as possible so I didn't miss my opportunity right there. And it seemed like it actually worked out pretty well to my advantage. You guys will see in just a minute. So I went, instead of going 700 wood and 600 wood like usual, I actually got 6 longbowmen as my first age 2 card, and I made a few musketeers here, and I was trying to get a little bit of a rush in here and do a little bit of damage to his town center or villagers. So that was the basic plan. Obviously I changed my plan during the game. My first plan was to try and boom a little bit. That's why I went out to market a little bit. I wanted to get like 5-10 muskets out and then just boom. And that did not work out whatsoever, because I saw this town center out in the middle of nowhere, which I was not expecting. And then he sent Minutemen out, which, oh no, that's not good for me. It's actually smart to send out the Minutemen, because even though it cost 150 food and 150 coin, he was able to easily defend me off and keep a bunch of his villagers working, and killed quite a few of my army men. And my trading post, or my outpost there, is actually doing a lot of damage to these guys. It may not seem like it right now, but it actually does do a lot of damage and helps out a bunch throughout the game. So do I have pikemen there? Is that pikemen? Yeah, it looks like I got some pikemen, some longbowmen, and just a couple of musketeers in there. And I'm just going here to try to siege the town center just a little bit and attack some of his units. And my pikemen died pretty easily. It looks like I was not paying attention enough. I thought those pikemen were going to survive just a little bit better. My longbowmen did not do enough damage. And I got a lot of idle villagers here, so my micro and macro right now is going to be terrible, guys. This is another one of those mistakes I'm doing. I have a couple longbowmen just kind of chilling there, trying to do some damage. I'm trying to deal with my economy and the army all at once, and it is a little bit tough. I think you guys realize that. You don't want to just look away from your army for like 10 seconds and have them all be dead. That's no good whatsoever. I think the main thing here is to just watch what you're attacking. You don't want to try and siege the town center all the time, because if you're just trying to siege that with like 5-10 muskets, you're going to do no damage whatsoever. And then also, I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't know if he was trying to fast forward, if he was trying to rush me, but he did get those 8 bows out to help fend me off for quite a while. So he has had quite a few units actually come out and try and fend me off, which I wasn't really expecting, to be honest. Usually Portuguese do not do that. They just go for a straight fast forward. They don't usually build any units there. They're straight fast forward, or they do stay in age 2 sometimes, but they're kind of underpowered in age 2. At least that's my opinion. So we're about 9 minutes in here, and we're just kind of, I don't even know what's really going on right now. We both have just a couple units, and we're just raiding each other, I guess, a little bit. We kind of both know what each other has. He has bows, I have muskets, and he thinks he has the advantage. But my outpost is also there, going to help me do a lot of damage to those bows. And he snipes quite a few of my musketeers here. Not good for me, not good at all. Looks like I'm doing terrible. I have like 3 musketeers, he has 8 bowmen. I'm running out of food, so what are we going to do? Well, you'll see in just a minute. So yeah, I get quite a few muskets out here, and I'm just going to try and do as much damage to those bows as possible. But he also has villagers in that town center attacking me, so I got to be a little bit careful. I don't want to venture too far, have him pop out some more muskets or pop out something else and have me completely die. So I still want to kill his villagers, but I got to be careful. The main point is to just try and kill as many villagers as you can. I know I'm getting shot, but those villagers in his town center are not doing anything, so that's good news for me. The more villagers I keep not doing anything, the better I'm off, because all my villagers are working, which means I can afford to get more army and eventually overpower him. And we're still kind of just in the mishmash of even battles of musketeers and expos, but I think this is where I kind of take a little bit of the advantage just because of his good micro, but my better idea, which is just to rush him and just do damage. And it doesn't matter that I'm losing musketeers and stuff like that, I'm still doing damage, and that's the main point. You want to keep him busy, and you want to keep him off of his resources as much as possible, because you know what he's probably trying to do is try to get to age 3. If you notice, he really hasn't had that many units besides what the cards he got, and that's what I was definitely thinking about. And here's another part of the game that was really important, and this is what I was thinking right now. He's got wood right there. I can come and steal that wood if I do it well. So what I want to do is try and kill as many of his villagers as possible, like usual. Get him out of the way. Send some of my villagers over there and try and get some of that wood. By the way, this guy is a major, and right now I'm only a first lieutenant, but I'm decayed quite a bit. My highest was brigadier. I'm probably playing like a captain or a major, maybe a lieutenant colonel or something like that right now. But overall, I'm really not doing fantastic or anything like that. If you notice, he's probably trying to fast forward. At least that's what it seems like, because he hasn't really made any units besides what his cards have came out. So right now what I'm going to try and do is, I know I got the unit advantage, I'm going to try and take out some of his villagers. This is really only his only food pile right now that I can see on the mini-map, so I'm assuming this is where he's getting all his food. So I want to try and keep him off that as much as possible. And I realize he's probably going to age 3 right now, so I'm going to have to get something that's going to take care of those Cazadores and or organ guns. So I need to get my cavalry out. I can't just afford to just sit there and chill and make a bunch of muskets and take out that town center. I need to mix and match. So that was the point right here. I had to make as many cavalry as possible. He probably doesn't know I have cavalry either, so he might be going too heavy on the Cazadores and organ guns, and that could be my way out and my way to win. And right here, I just want to kill these Cazadores and try and raid them as much as possible. I really have terrible, terrible macro right now. My villagers are really not working the way they should. I'm searching for his town center with those few muskets, if you notice that. But my villagers really aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're kind of all idle or in random spots. And I'm not even microing good with my army. He's defending very well, surprisingly. Yeah, very well. He has muskets and Cazadores, which, that's the way to go. That's what I would do if I was Portuguese. Muskets, mostly muskets, some Cazadores, some organ guns, and then if I can afford them, I go for the mercs. And I don't think he was able to afford the mercs. He wanted to get some stuff out before his town center exploded, but I was going to rape it, guys. So right now it looks like he has a pretty good advantage on me. He's in age 3. He has more units. I'm just going to boom. He's probably not going to attack me for a minute or two. He probably thinks I'm doing okay. But I do need to age pretty darn soon, guys. I gotta be careful though, because I can't just age up right now, because he'll probably just overrun me pretty easily if he realizes that I'm aging. So what I need to do is I need to play it safe, play it careful, try and take a little bit of map. He doesn't seem like he has very much cavalry, which is good for me. He's going mostly infantry, so I really don't have to defend my villagers too much. And I'm getting quite a few cavalry just because I don't want those Cazadores and organ guns to overrun me. They can easily overrun you if you have like 5 cav or something like that. And I'm going in for the attack here because I don't want him to get too big of an army or upgraded musketeers and all that. I want to try and take him out before he gets too big. And have me be overrun. So he probably has 3 town centers right now, which is not good for me because I'm running on 1 town center and not even that many villagers. But if you notice, the score is actually pretty darn similar. And here is one of the biggest battles of the game. It's very intense right here. You guys gotta watch this. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty nice battle. So if you notice, my cavalry are kind of just running around trying to dodge his musketeers, and all my musketeers, even though non-upgraded, are aiming his musketeers. And his musketeers are not shooting enough. They probably should be shooting. And this is what gave me the huge advantage, is my musketeers were shooting, his musketeers were running around. I was able to come back and backdoor his Cazadores, rape those mofos, and I still got a few muskets left over, and he really doesn't have too much left over. And this wasn't really a turning point to the game, but I definitely say that was one of the points where I was like, okay, I still do have a pretty decent chance. I got quite a few muskets, he's got barely anything, even though they're upgraded, guys. One thing I noticed that most people don't realize is, you if you have small amounts of units, for example, like 12 musketeers versus 8 musketeers or something like that, if they're unupgraded, you can still take them out pretty easily. What you want to watch out for is if you're trying to do 50 muskets versus 50 muskets, and they're upgraded versus non-upgraded, you're going to get raped. But when you're dealing with small numbers, and you micro well, you can take those guys out, even with a couple of cavalry. That's all you really need. And I really want to take out this town center. This is his forward base. If I can take that out, I can start taking the map. And I want to be a little bit careful though here. I don't want him to get some mercs and have his Mamelukes or something run around, kill all my villagers. So I still need to make some cavalry and be a little bit careful. I know his villagers are all right there, but I don't want to just run in and try and kill them right now. I want to try and take over the map and all that, because he's probably going to try and protect his villagers with everything he's got, and I want to be a little bit careful. I don't want to do that. I want to just start keeping my advantage and just trying to make it even better advantage or even higher advantage by taking the entire map. And I'm still trying to raid a little bit though. I don't want to go too far out though and just send like all my units over there and then have them die from that town center. That would not be good. So I'm just trying to stay away just a little bit or just enough. And guess what happened? Another mistake on my part. I have bears attacking me from all angles. Oh my god, grizzly bears. What the F am I going to do versus the grizzly bears? So we got 5 minutes left of this video. What do you guys think is going to happen? I have no idea. I don't know. What do you guys think? Make your decision now. Who's going to win and why and how? That's a good question. It's actually a really close battle the entire game. I don't even think he should have resigned when he did. I think he still had a chance. But you guys can decide that by the end of the game. So right now I'm pretty much like, oh crap, I'm out of food. What am I going to do? Better get a farm. So I got a couple farms already. I was thinking about getting a couple more farms, but I needed more wood. If you notice, all my food in the top left corner and in the middle of the map is completely gone, and in the bottom right I do have quite a bit of food left, but I still gotta be careful because of the raids. I do have an outpost there, but if he does come with like 10-20 muskets or something, he can easily just kill all my villagers, take out that outpost. I wouldn't be able to get there in time, and most of my villagers would probably die. Now, that is protected versus the cavalry pretty well, but you know, what are you going to do? So now I lose quite a few cavalry here. I wasn't really paying attention. I'm trying to micro and macro and do all this stuff all at once, and it's really not working out. And I come to this. Giant globular amounts of villagers, which makes me get a giant boner. Oh yes, it does. So, I mean, yeah, I didn't really get too many villagers, but that globular of villagers not working all at once definitely gave me a huge advantage. When you get 30 villagers not working all at once, it definitely messes up his macro and makes you have a little bit more advantage, because maybe you can get more coin or something like that, or more food, or just try and keep your stuff all equalized out. And I realize, yes, I do have lots and lots of resources, but I'm aging up and I want to get I want to start massing some sort of unit, and I really haven't decided yet. I don't know what he has. I don't know if he's going mostly cavalry or mostly infantry yet, but I think it's mostly infantry still. And I want to get my infantry out, and I think I decided right here I'm going to go longbows. And the reason why I'm going to go longbows is because, realistically, Portuguese cannot beat longbows very easily at all. They can go hussars, if they want, but the dragoons, the caçadores, the musketeers, all that crap is going to lose versus the longbows. Even the organ guns. Organ guns are not that good versus longbows. Yes, they do reasonably good, but the longbows have such a good range, they can beat cannons, and the organ guns really don't have that much life anyways. And then your range is probably equal to, I think the longbow's range is equal to the organ guns, or even really close or something like that. And when your range is equal, lots of infantry can easily take out that artillery. So, I'm just about in Age 3. I know I'm lagging just a little bit. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. I know this is gameplay in real time, so hopefully if you guys are still paying attention to this, you guys will see the huge battle about to come up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mass bajillions amount of longbows, get them upgraded, and get the card for the longbows. So I'm just going basically all out with these longbows, guys. It's either longbows and I win, or longbows and I get totally raped because he's going some hussars. Or Mamelukes. You gotta watch out for those Mamelukes, especially versus the Portuguese, because sometimes you don't even think they're gonna go them. You're like, oh, look at that, he's got a bunch of caçadores. What's he gonna do versus me? Or maybe he's got some dragoons or something. That's usually what they do. Usually most Portuguese players are gonna go Goon and Goon Castador usually, but it definitely depends on your gameplay. And right here I'm like, okay, he's coming to kill all my villagers, I better go and attack his base and try and distract him here. I know I can't win the battle right now, but I can win in just a little bit, so I'm going to just distract him for long enough while I'm getting enough infantry. Luckily it does help out, and it makes him get distracted and come back here, and I totally trap him. And that's what you want to do. You want to trap people, kill as many units as possible while you can. I'm going to get a sniper organ gun off with these hussars, and I don't have as big an army as him, but I will pretty soon. So I want to back off just a little bit, not let those organ guns do too much damage to me, and let my longbows do all the work. Longbows are going to rape these musketeers. Even though it doesn't really seem like it, they will guaranteed. Longbows are really good. You gotta mix though, guys. You can't just make 500 longbows and expect to win. Musketeers have a lot more health, and they're kind of like your mixture of tanks and damage. They're kind of like an all-around unit, and then your longbows are just the guys that are going to help do lots and lots of damage to all the infantry. So if you notice that sort of equal to leaning towards him battle went to leaning towards me quite a bit because I'm massing all these longbows. And now my macro's starting to turn up, and you guys are noticing I'm getting down to 0 resources here, managing my resources pretty well. I think I did a pretty good job managing by the end of the game. It's just my mid-game, my mid-game was pretty bad, guys, and I realized that was because of the micro-macro wars the entire game. It was pretty freaking intense. I don't know if you guys think so, but I definitely do. So that was the game. He realized that I overpowered him. He didn't really have too much going on. He ran out of food and all that. That's why he gave up. He still had a chance, but not that good. So that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Please press the like button if you like this, and I'll definitely try and make some more videos for you guys. Thank you very much, and have a nice